The best German food, what to eat in Germany. Guten Tag, guys. Let's dive in deeper into the culture of German foods. I found out that you love to take salads to the party from the last video I had. You're gonna find it below the video. Also, that you love the blood sausages, the parsnips, the hearts from the bread. These are very good also.
And today we're going to talk about the eats of Germany, or like the most German things that you should have when you're here. And you know what? We've got to start off with probably the most German of the Germaniness, the sausages.
Oh yes,
the Wurst.
oh yes.
Yes, there are lots and lots of bratwurst when you're here. There's lots and lots of sausage you can have when you're here.
Look at that.
And you're going to have a lot, and you well should. Whether you're me, or you're my mom, or my kids, sausages reign when you're here. And probably the most important one to have is the Thüringer Bratwurst. So the Thüringer Bratwurst is just a type of bratwurst that you'll see on the street. People will be selling it in little stands, or you might see a person like carrying it like in a backpack and they're cooking it in front of them.
Man, that was smart. You saw that? The guy was literally carrying this stuff on himself. I never seen something like that. This is know-how, man. I mean, this is the way how to outsmart the system and not pay for like reserving the space. Wow. That's really smart.
But that is the definition of a perfect bratwurst. Now, what's cool is sometimes you can get it at a half-meter size, okay? So that can be a bit crazy. But Thüringer Bratwurst, that is your traditional bratwurst that you're used to and you know and that you're going to love with some Zen, some mustard on top. Now, there are a lot of other Wurst, a lot of other sausages when you're here. If you're down in Bavaria in the south, there's Weisswurst or white sausage, which is really, really good. And they serve that with sweet mustard and a pretzel, which is very nice. Now, if you're down in Nuremberg, Nuremberg's famous for their Nuremberger sausages.
Look at that. Look smaller size, very dry. Looks tasty. I like it. I would love to try it with the oh my gosh, over here we have a beer.
Nuremberger Wurst. And the thing is you might recognize a Nuremberger sausage when you see it because it looks like a breakfast link sausage, okay? And the thing is they're small and they're tiny, and if you go to Nuremberg, you get a plate, and they'll actually give you like a plate of 30 of them.
30,
if you're
man.
walking around and have it, they'll give you a little.
I would love to have it after a good training, man. 30 sausages, delicious.
3 or 4 inside with some mustard. That's a great way to go, especially in Nuremberg. That is a must when you're there. And if you're in Berlin, you probably have the most popular one that's become like a super trend snack in Germany and other places around the world. You have currywurst, which is curry sausage.
Oh my gosh, never heard about that.
It's a curry bratwurst? I'm like, no, it's a normal bratwurst. But what they do is they put curry spices into ketchup and make it a curry ketchup. And what they do is they chop it up and then they drown it in the curry ketchup and with some fries. It's fantastic. And honestly, if you're looking for some food thing to take back home from Germany, get some curry ketchup and take it home with you, because that stuff is the bomb. And sometimes you can actually find the good stuff.
That's for sure. That's for sure, guys. What's your favorite sauce? Do you like ketchup? Maybe mayonnaise? Maybe barbecue sauce? Cinnamon. I love ketchup together with mayonnaise. This is the best combination I have tried in my life till this day. Till this day, man.
Aldi back in the US. So there is that for you. Now, if you're looking for more of your traditional like hot dog kind of sausage though, there's a lot of different names, a lot of different things that kind of go on there, but the closest one you're going to find is either a Frankfurter or a Bockwurst. Okay, those are two ones that are the
oh my gosh, look at the bread, man, so small.
Hot dog, or a Wiener Wurst, or a Viennese sausage. You'll see those as well, but basically on the street, your sausage choice is going to be that Thüringer Bratwurst. That's going to be your go-to walk around snack kind of thing. Great street food here in Germany. Okay, now moving away from our sausages.
What is the quality overall of meat in Germany? I would love to know. Here in Latvia, it's pretty decent. Even people, let's say, I have met some Germans. They live here and they say that the food is amazing here. And I agree. I love Latvian food, and I'm curious about the quality in your country.
So now Germans eat more than sausage, I think. Yes, they do. They eat a lot of pork as well, and you will see pork, and more pork when you're here. You can get a pork steak, Schweinsteak. That's a popular cut of meat. But one that you'll see probably the most is actually schnitzel.
Oh,
and I know when you have schnitzel,
man.
traditionally schnitzel is made out of veal. But here in Germany, veal's more expensive, and so you have a lot of places that give you...
We call it vistas filet, vai cūgaļas filet. It means like chicken fillet with or like pig fillet. Or in Russian, it's gonna be отбивная, свиная отбивная. Куриная отбивная. Man, it's so nice, man. You can make it with the French, you know, put some cheese on it, some tomatoes, fry it, man. Very good.
Pork schnitzel. Well, sometimes you see chicken schnitzel, but it'll be a pork schnitzel, which is
yeah. It's the same.
A flat thing. They bread it and fry it. It is super good. There's a lot of different schnitzels you can have. My personal favorite is Jägerschnitzel, which has mushrooms and cream sauce on top. Oh, so good. So good. You can't go wrong with that. Other pork things you might want to have when you're here. When you go around, you might see a thing called frikadelle, which is basically, I would call it a meatball sandwich. That you'll see the same places that sell you like the currywurst and the bratwurst. And you'll have those there. But the most important pork product here in Germany for me is Schweinehaxe.
Listen, the previous ones we call it kotletes. In Russian, it's kotlete, and you call it, as he said, I forgot, and then Americans call it meatballs.
Basically, you're calling it like pork shoulder or pork knuckle. You'll see that on there. And if you ever played a video game and they gave you like the ham hock kind of thing where it's the bone and the meat on it and it gives you all your energy back, that's what it is. And when you have one, you understand. And there's different ways you can have it. If you're in Berlin, they'll call it Eisbein, and it's like boiled, okay? But if you're in other parts, they put it on a grill and roast it around, and the fat and the skin and the outside gets all crispy and so good. Oh, you have to have it. Like, that is my go-to, okay? And in certain places, you can get Schäufle, which is kind of a similar cut as well. You'll see that. We've had that a lot in Bamberg, but you don't see it all over the place. So, Schweinehaxe, Haxe, go for it. Now, other meat dishes you might see, there's beef is here as well. You can get sauerbraten, which basically says sour roasting, but basically it's a long cooked piece of meat, which is nice. Also, you can get a rolled up beef, Rindrouladen, which is basically beef rolled up with some stuff. That's actually a nice thing to have. I see that a lot on some like lunch menus. It's very popular around the country, but there's plenty of meats. There's also plenty of fish you can have when you're here as well. But I think one of the other things that's important when you're here is the bread, okay? And yes, you can have a pretzel, and of course you want to dip this in mustard, by the way, when you're here.
I have a reaction on the cartoon called, it's not a cartoon, it's like a kid show called Das Brot. You can check it out on my channel, guys. And yeah, that's it, all I want to say.
Here, it's so good. And if you're having a big old beer,
oh yeah, let's go beer.
It goes together perfectly. So you have that. But you'll notice around Germany, there's tons and tons of bakeries because they make fantastic breads. And mornings, breakfasts for you when you're here, you're going to have these little rolls. Okay, they're called Brotchen, which is little bread, or Semmel, depending where you are and what kind of German they speak. And you'll have different kinds, like plain white bread versions, so you have multi-grain versions. My mom's favorite is this one that has pumpkin seeds on the top of it. Like, we search it out when we come to Germany, don't we, Mom? Like, to find it because it's so good. But you'll have that. And I gotta warn you, when you have breakfast in Germany, it is going to be the rolls, and then you're gonna have cold cuts, like ham, cheese, salami, and slices of cheese, and probably hard-boiled or soft-boiled eggs. Like, that's traditional German breakfast. Like, that's what you're gonna have. And it's funny because when Germans travel to the U.S., a lot of times they'll complain to the hoteliers, we don't want pancakes and eggs and bacon. We want our scheibe. We want our ham and cheese cuts with our bread.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
Just be aware of that when you're here at restaurants and you're staying at hotels. And if you want to try something for breakfast, a little more cereal based, go for the muesli. It's that mix of, like, you look at it and you're like, I'm going to be regular today after I eat this. Okay, so you have that. Yogurt's also very popular to have at breakfast time, so you do have that. But
I sometimes mix up mostly with yogurt, or I take this peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly, the peanut butter, oh my gosh, the thing, you know, the mix of the peanut butter, the gel, I don't know how it's called. Basically, I put it in, I take a spoon of peanut butter. It's peanut butter, man. Oh my gosh, I'm such a ridiculous dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, I take peanut butter, right? I put into the muesli, mix it up, man. It's like a candy, man.
Going back to the bread stuff, also, if you go to the bakeries, you'll see they'll have all these pre-cut pieces of cake of all different kinds, okay? And I know we're here in the Freiburg, which is in the Black Forest. You might think, oh, Black Forest cake. I'm like, yes, there is that. But for me, if you can get any kind of fruit cakes, not like fruit cake like you get at Christmas, but it's a cake that has a fruit topping on it, that's always wonderful. Germany is also great with Pfannkuchen, which are basically different kinds of fried dough with powdered sugar on it. And whatever size and form you can get it because they're amazing. And you have that. And the thing is, the bakeries are all over the country. You can grab stuff all during the day, have it for a snack. If you've got your kids, I recommend, if you're pushing around in a stroller, go get them a Brotchen, get them a roll. They'll gnaw on that for a couple hours while you go see the sights, so that's really nice, okay? And honestly, you can never go wrong with a good apple strudel, right? So you have that. Now, looking to the side...
I would love to try it out, apple strudel. If you have watched movie Inglourious Bastards, there was the scene where this German officer sits down with the Jew girl. I forgot their names, unfortunately, and he offers her like a strudel together with this white thing, right? And she tries out, but she can, like, in her religion is forbidden to eat together these foods, but he knows that this is the girl from the farm, and he still gives her the strudel, man. And from that point, I want to try it out. Watching that, I want to try it out.
Dishes, which I think are very important because for me, the side dishes here in Germany are some of the best things you have because you have, traditional Kartoffelsalat, potato salad,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
very different versions they have it here. Sometimes you'll have it warm, sometimes you'll have it cold, sometimes you just want it all. You have that. You might have all these different versions of potatoes on the side. There's one that's called Bauernkartoffeln, which is like farmers' potatoes, which basically
Yeah, that's the
they're kind of
best.
sliced up and then kind of they're fried, not like French fries, but they're like fried up in a pan, which is really
Yeah,
good. A
yeah,
little,
yeah.
little speck, a little bacon
On the top, we put some eggs, bacon. Oh my gosh.
in there. That's wonderful. Also, you can look in for the noodles, Spätzle. Spätzle is a special kind of German
Nice,
noodle
nice,
you'll
nice.
have, and you can have it plain, or you can have Käsespätzle, which is cheese Spätzle. Oh, that is a great side dish. I know some people enjoy the knödel, which are dumplings. And the thing is, you can have potato dumplings, you can have bread dumplings, you can actually have liver dumpling. Like liver dumpling soup is actually really good for a starter. You can do that. And in Germany as well is when it's different seasons, different like veggies are in season, you can get.
I mean, I was speechless. I was speechless, guys. What was that? Oh my gosh. What is this? Why it's in the cup? This is the first question. Man, this is like a meatball in a cup, man. With the bouillon, man. This is strange. Oh, it's not a cup. Man, it's a bowl. It's a small bowl, man. I take my words back. Apologies.
Like liver dumpling soup is actually really
It's
good
a
for
soup.
starter.
Oh my
You can do
gosh.
that. And in Germany
The
as well,
soup.
is when it's different seasons, different like veggies are in season, you can get so much. Like when strawberry seasons and there's a great things there. Or we're here now during Spargel season, asparagus season, white asparagus. Oh my gosh, if you're here and they have asparagus, eat it. The Germans love it and they'll be mad if you don't have some. So definitely check that out when you're here. But let's be honest, what's the side dish we all know about from Germany? Sauerkraut. Yes, you can get sauerkraut when you're here. And if you're not a big sauerkraut fan, my mom and
I
we're
love
not
it.
the biggest sauerkraut fans. We're actually big on rotkohl, which is that purple cabbage, that sweet purple cabbage with some apples in it.
I would eat both of them.
Oh, so good and so regular making, if you catch my drift. And then we have our drinks here in Germany. And obviously, the beer is a big thing here. But you have to realize there's lots of different kinds of beer. This is a Weizen beer or a wheat beer I have. You can get Pilsner beers, which are more like the beers you have in the US, like a Budweiser kind of like clear beer. Then you have Schwarzbier, black beer, which is a little bit sweet, like in the Guinness family. It's fantastic. Köstritze is a fantastic beer to have. You can have.
What's your favorite beer, guys? If you drink some beer, for me, I can drink any beer. But my top three, I would say it's a Pilsner for sure. Like, and I love Guinness. Guinness, the Irish beer. Man, if you put it together with black currant, man, this is my type. My type of beer. I would drink it all day, all night till I become alcoholic, and then I will go to rehabilitation and come back and start drinking again because it's so fantastic.
Well, actually, what I should tell you is don't buy any beer specifically from Germany. When you're traveling around Germany, buy the local beer. So if you're in Berlin, you have Berliner Kindle. If you're here in Freiburg, you'll have Ganta. If you're in Bremen, you'll have Beck's. So
Nice
people
idea.
are very much regional beer drinkers here, and you'll notice the difference. That's why when people ask, what's the national beer of Germany? Yeah, they're not, Warsteiner maybe, or Beck's. That's the one that's all over the place. But people really have their local beer when you're here. So do that and have that. Because if you get
so
the local
beautiful.
Altbier, like in Dusseldorf, it's going to be very different. That's what people like to drink there. Versus if you're up in Flensburg and having Flensburger Pils in the north of Germany, okay? So something to be aware of. But what you need to realize, for alcohol, beer is not the only alcohol in Germany. There's actually a lot of great wine when you're here. If you go to the Mosel or the Rhine valleys, you can do wine tours there and go. I mean, it's so much fun. You get to learn about the wine.
As I said before, I would never guess that Germany provides and creates wine because I just didn't think about it. Let's start from this is the first thing. Second thing, I thought that all the best wine comes from countries that are hot, like south of Italy, Spain, California, maybe I don't know, India, maybe, but I have not drank Indian wine though. But Germany is the last place I would think. No, last place probably would be Finland because it's very cold there. But yeah, Germany probably I wouldn't consider as a wine country.
Have the food to go along with it. It's a fantastic experience. I've taken students there. I've done by myself.
Don't
I've
lie,
got my
man.
parents here, my kids there. But the wine, white wine is the best here. Riesling, it can be sweet or dry. There's a lot of different versions of it, but that's the wine you want to have when you're here. Also, you can have what's called Apfelschorle. And this is a non-alcoholic drink. Yes, there are non-alcoholic drinks here in Germany, okay? Apfelschorle is basically take really good apple juice and put bubble water with it. That's what you have. This is if you're hot in the summer, this is the refreshing thing that changes the day. So you want to
I know one thing for sure. The guy loves to drink alcohol.
have that. Also, you may wonder, Mark, can we drink the water in Germany? Yes, you can drink the water in Germany. How do you think they make such good beer? Duh. And one thing is, you can drink the tap water just fine. The locals, though, they like to have Wasser mit Gas, water with gas. So they like their bubble water when they're here. So be prepared for that. If you just order water, they probably might bring you just bubble water. So you might want to ask for, Wasser ohne Gas.
It's called carbonated, if I'm not wrong. Carbonated water.
Water without gas, or stilles
But
Wasser.
no gas, man.
Water.
No diesel.
And that'll help you out there. And with all this heavy food, you might wonder, Mark, how am I going to be able to sleep at night? How am I going to digest? Well, what's great is there's there's actually more, but there's two popular digestives here in Germany that, unfortunately, in the U.S., one of them has become more of a college drunk shot, but Jägermeister and Unterberger, those are two shots that, honestly, if you have one of those heavy fat meals and you're like, oh, I feel horrible, have a shot of Jägermeister or have the little bottle of Unterberger, and it really does help your stomach digest, and you'll feel better really quickly.
That's interesting.
I didn't believe it, but I've had enough experience now that I totally do believe it.
But don't take it too much, because everything you ate might go out,
I had some bad experience with Jägermeister back in college, so I tried to avoid it, but I was so full one day, my buddy gave me a shot, and I'm like, after 5 minutes, I'm like, hey, I feel good again. So I hope this helps you know some of the things you can eat when you're here in Germany. If you're looking for some more international fare or things people don't think that's typical German, there's so much international food here in Germany. You can eat great Spanish food, great Italian food, because Germans really love food from all around the world. Great Indian food, obviously great Turkish food when you're here. You have a lot of Turkish immigration here. Probably the one thing you'll see the most that people have are doner kebabs. That's like my go-to snack when I'm out. If I want to have something on the go, it's the bread in there with the sliced up meat and the veggies and the sauce. Oh, of course, it's also so good. That's if you had a few drinks, it's a good thing to finish off your night, to sober you up and help you sleep and have wonderful dreams of Germany. So I hope this helps you know some of the things you can eat and enjoy when you're here in Germany. Obviously, there are so many more fantastic.
He was such a young guy, now he's older.
Foods and snacks here in Germany. Please put in the comment section below so we can have more fun foods to talk about and enjoy